In this video, we're going to check out the synth engines on the Polyend Play Plus. So we can have 3 different synthesizer slots, and there's 4 different synth models. So let's create a new project. I'm just going to push in the knob, turn to File, New Project. Now we're in a new project. So this side is green. That means we're in the audio section. So if I hold down Shift and press Patterns, you can see Audio/MIDI. Now we see that it's purple. So this is the MIDI screen, and it's also the synth engine screen. So the first thing we want to do is press Sample. We can see here it says Synth 1 VAP. Now that's the synth engine. I want to change it. So let's push in the knob. Let's go down to Synths. We can see we have 3 different slots. So we're on Synth 1. And now it says model. So pushing again. Now we see we can switch between the different models. We're going to go over these in detail in other videos, but first we'll just start with this one. So now we see a bunch of presets. We can just scroll through. I'm just going to press back. Now it says patch init. So if I press view here, we can listen. So here's the keyboard, and these are 2 octaves. We can go up and down octaves here. So we can hear that. Let's push in the knob. We can also see here polyphony. We can go all the way up to 6. In this case, let's just do maybe 3 for now. So in this menu, we have gain. Now it's at -9. Let's turn that up to 0. You can hear it a lot better now. Let's go back. We also see panning. Down here we see edit patch. So this is if we want to get really deep into the synth. We also see init patch. So if you ever want to clear and just go back to the initialization, you can just go to that. So sometimes the sound isn't what I want as an initialization, so you can just save another one. You can create your own patch as well. So if we go into edit patch, you can see a big long list. And what we want to do is just look at it in a simple way. So we can break this down. We can see that's the oscillator, that's the sound. So all these parameters changes the oscillator sound. Then we see filter, and that's all filter parameters, amplifier or volume, all those, modulation, voice, macros. So there's a lot of parameters under the hood if you want to play around with it. Let's back out. Okay, so we're in the regular screen again. Okay, so if I turn, let's say filter cutoff, it's at 0. It's at 0, but we hear, it almost sounds like there is an envelope being affected on the filter. Let's go to resonance. Yes, there's definitely an envelope there. So if you press here, you can see filter envelope amount. Now that's actually set to 0. We can still hear it. So you might be thinking something's wrong with the synth, but there's nothing wrong. It's actually running off of under the hood. Let's go back in. Synths, synth 1, edit patch. Now it's affecting the filter. So I'm going to go down here. We see envelope amount. It's at 14%. So if we bring that down to 0, I'm going to hold down Shift and turn. Now we're at 0. There, it's gone now. So let's exit back out. Now we have a filter cutoff that's not being affected by the envelope. You can hear that. Let's turn up the resonance. Now we also hear, if I hold down the key, it doesn't sustain. So let's change that under the hood again. So synths, synth 1, edit patch. Now let's go down. This would be the amplifier or the volume. So we can see attack, decay, that sustain is at 0. So let's turn that all the way up. Now it's going to hold down with the sustain. I can also release it, maybe 1 second release. Let's go back. Let's go through some of the knobs here. So we go here, we can see note, so we can dial up whatever note we want. Now here's pitch bend. So you can do really slight pitch changes if you wanted per note. Very precise. Then go back to 0, just double press. Now we go here. Now this, we're at device, synth 1. I could change it. I could go to synth 2, Synth 3. But we're going to stay in 1. Also, if I go to the left, we can see it's all the different MIDI channels. So we're going to go right back to Synth 1. We can also add reverb and delay. So we're setting up the sound first before we enter in notes. Now over here we have tempo, track swing, and then velocity. If you press volume, velocity, so we can turn it up or down just like we do normally. Now we have note length. Now this, we have all those effects. Let's turn off the delay. We have note length, and now if we enter in notes here, we can change, make it shorter. If it's at 0, it still plays. Now let's go here. We can see chord. So I can make a chord. So I could trigger some chords here. I can hold down a note. Let's change the note length. Make it 1. So I'm going to select this entire row. We're going to delete it. I'm going to go track length. Now let's turn the track length. Let's make it 6. So now we only have the 6 pads when I press play. You can see. So we can just leave that going. And then we're going to make sure we're in Synth 1. Let's press view. Now it has that chord on. Let's turn it off. So chord, turn it all the way off. We have that. What I want to do is turn the reverb down a little and the delay up a little and go down an octave. Let's check our note length. We're going to make it 50. Let's just leave it at that note for now. Now I'm going to select it. If I change things, we're not going to hear anything. So I have to select it now because they're in here. Okay, so I'm going to hold down this note, for example, and just change it to a different note. And then as that is selected, we're going to change the filter, and the resonance. Now let's go up here. We have filter envelope amount. So what I'm going to do is press shift to unselect, and then hold down. And we're going to choose this one and this one. And let's turn up the filter envelope for those two. You're going to hear it right away. Also, say select these notes and then press note and turn up. While shift is being held, it's going to go up an octave. Let's select everything. Turn the filter down a little. So I can also program different filters in here by holding down on a note, changing it. Let's turn up the resonance. Let's go back to filter amount, turn it down. So it sounds a little crazy. So I just want to reset everything. Just double press, and then it restores to the bass sound from that menu. So what you want to do is create your own bass sound and then manipulate those sounds from here. And then after the notes are in, that's when we can start messing around with it. Let's make it go up an octave. We can also select from here to here, just holding the shift, press copy. Now what I want to do is hold shift, select here, and then shift paste. Now what I'm going to do is make that track length down to maybe 4. can also, if we change any of these cutoffs, it's going to change the above sound as well. As you can hear, it's modifying both tracks because it's the same synth. Now let's select some of these, up an octave. Filter cutoff, let's reset it. Now when filter cutoff is at 0, we can still hear it. Let's go back in. Synths, synth 1, edit patch. Let's just turn cutoff all the way down. So that's more accurate. And then resonance is at 50. Let's bring that all the way down. So after I do this, I could just save that as a different initialization patch for my own uses, because that's a lot of different changes just to get to my bass sound that I want to use. So here we go. Let's check out the filter envelope amount. Let's turn up the resonance. We have play mode, so I can, right now, both are on forward. Let's change this one. Let's go to this one, change this one. Change the cutoff. See, now as we near 0, it's more accurate. Envelope amount, let's turn it down. Oscillator mix, let's play with that. Now both of these are selected. Let's copy and go down here and let's paste. Now what I can do is change the notes. Let's go higher. Let's change the play mode. Now it's just saying plus or minus because I'm adjusting both of them because they're at different play modes. Let's add more delay. And also just solo one of these. And change the notes. Filter. Now we're going into the negative because if we go over here, we see the filter envelope. So if we turn that down, it's going to really get quieter. Turn up the filter. Let's choose them. Go down an octave. Let's select these two to make the tempo 1/2 speed. Let's bring it up an octave, everything. Let's change the track length. Swing. Starting here, there's macros that you can change, but currently we'll just keep everything as it is. We'll go deeper into later videos. I just created a new pattern. Let's listen to it. Now there's too much delay in there, so let's turn it down a little. I like it, but not so loud. Let's turn up the reverb. Let's turn up the filter. Let's turn up the envelope amount. I want to make that envelope longer. So let's go into the menu, edit patch. Now we're going to see modulation. Let's change the attack. Turn up the sustain. Make the release longer. Let's choose note and then go down an octave. Let's turn down that cutoff a little. Turn down the envelope amount. Let's go in here and change the length of these two. So this is just the beginning. You can do a lot more than what you're seeing here. Let's go back in to edit the oscillator. So we have a saw mix, square mix. Let's turn that up. And here the tone changes. We have a sub mix, so we can turn that up. Now these notes are pretty low. Let's actually bring them back up. So we're going to back out, shift, turn it up. You can change the note length to make them shorter. Turn that filter even down more. And go here, change the attack and the decay, release. If we go in the negative, cuts it shorter. Now let's turn the tempo all the way up. Let's choose these tracks, turn up filter cutoff. Let's select some of these notes, change the octave, make them lower. Let's also select the tracks. We can make the track speed go really fast. Turn down the cutoff. Also going to have to turn down the velocity. Let's make it even faster. We'll turn off decay and attack. See what filter envelope sounds like. Let's make the tempo slower. Change the chance. Change the attack. Change note length, make it 1. Turn down filter envelope amount. Just choose 2 tracks, change the track speed. Change the play mode. Turn up the filter envelope. Turn down the velocity. Turn up the resonance. Change the play mode again. Just go reverse. Let's bring the track speed up. tempo. Let's turn that reverb all the way up. It's way up. Let's bring the tempo up more. Chance. Select some of these. Change the note. Octave up. Let's go through here. A couple of these. Let's go octave down. Turning up the filter envelope amount. Let's change the decay and release. Turn up velocity. Turn down the tempo.